Dükkana kartında parayı alınca. 100, bir dakika, 133. 133.
Say ekle.
33 devam et. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Bir daha gelir. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 50. 50. 150 etti yani. Daha gelir. Daha gelir. 52.
52.
Abi kazma alalım mı oraya?
Yok. Çökertmeyin oraya.
I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Akim out there pushing this word throughout the four corners of the world. Shalom, the whole full elect. And shalom to the brothers and sisters constantly enduring. Okay? Shalom and salutations. My name is Quara Allah. Lord willing, this is edifying. It says, rescue workers find $2 million in cash that belonged to a victim of the recent earthquake. So that's the earthquake in Turkey that claimed, was it about 50,000, maybe more lives. Okay, someone had 2 million. All right, and if that the Lord making mockery of you, then what is? Okay, if this don't put fear in you to fear the Most High, then what will? Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. James 4:13, go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Right, so you got people talking about they're going to do this and that. They're going to make all kinds of money. They're going to spend it this way. They're going to, indulge in their riches. It says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appear for a little time and then vanisheth away. Yeah, tomorrow you could die. All right? You could get hit by a bus. You could die of a heart attack. Okay, it's a million ways to die. Okay, so our life is as but a vapor. Even our lifespan, if you make it to 70 years old, you gotta take that as as extra. Okay. It says, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. So for these reasons, you got to say, Lord willing, I'll go into a city and I'll buy and I'll sell. Lord willing, I'll get a job. Lord willing, I get an apartment. Okay. It says, but now you rejoice. It says, but now you rejoice in your boasting. Oh, such rejoicing is evil. Yeah, man. And you could imagine if you're sitting on 2 million, all right, you're doing pretty good. I mean, 2 million really ain't shit. All right, but you could take care of some things with 2 million. All right. It says, therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. All right. So it says, I read again, it says, for that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. So the key to say, Lord will. All right. Or Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai willing. Okay. Because it's really up to the Lord to allow us to do certain things or put it in our minds to do certain things. All right. The Lord will put in your mind to cross the street and look the wrong way. Okay. Or say the wrong thing to the wrong person. And that'll be a judgment. The same way the Lord could have you miss that flight and that flight end up crashing. All right. So for this, you ought to say, Lord will. Now, this guy had 2 million and he was sitting up in one of them buildings and he got hit by an earthquake. Yes, most likely it was man-made, but nonetheless, you get hit by an earthquake and you ain't see that coming. You know, you ain't see that coming, but here it is, you get hit by an earthquake and just like that, got deleted. All right. Along with 50,000 plus or whatever whatever the number is. Let's check this out. Death toll in Turkey earthquake. The majority of deaths in the massive February 6th quake, which was followed by a magnitude 7.5 tremor 9 hours later, we're in Turkey, we're at least 42,310 people died, according to the Disaster Management Agency. Turkey's defense minister said about 20,000 Syrians living in Turkey had returned to Syria after the quake. So there it is, man. You in Syria and you want to move to Turkey to live. Here it is. A quake happened. And they got to go back home. All right, go back to your village or your families and whatnot. You know, these things happen all the time. We see it with celebrities that might have all the money in the world, might have sold out, might have did Lord knows what to obtain a couple millions. All right, but then what happened is the Lord cast judgment and they lose everything, including their lives. For that you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. This is Yahushua read a letter. It says let me go up a little bit. I started 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room for where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I'll pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. And you see this all the time. Like, for example, these franchises. All right. Now, we know Esau runs the world. Esau runs a lot of these businesses. A lot of these businesses goes back to slavery. But, for example, you have, these fast food restaurants, McDonald's, Wendy's. Okay. They get so much business that they open up all sorts of different restaurants in different locations. All right. And some of them are even big and vast. All right. Because they're making a whole lot of money. And I will say to my soul, so thou has much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. So you might want to take a vacation, might want to even retire because you make so much money. But the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? All right. Now, that money just goes to whoever it goes to. If you have family, it might go to them. If you have a wife, or if you have kids, maybe if they're in your will, and that's dealing with your account. Now, this money is money on the ground. Really, man, whoever was picking that money up might as well pocket it. But at the same time, that money is about to be worth nothing. It is worth nothing. All right. But if you want to keep your money, so to speak, you're gonna have to take that C-HIP. All right, take that C-hip because everything's going digital. That cash is not going to be relevant. That's probably why they didn't even care about that damn money. All right. But the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High. Yeah, you laid up treasure for yourself, but you're not rich towards the Most High. See, you ain't thanking the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, for your blessings. And you're not getting the blessings through the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. You're getting the blessings through the left-hand side, through doing wickedness. You know, a lot of our people, again, I'm mentioning the celebrities, entertainers, okay? Even these drug dealers, murderers, okay? That's how they make their money. And the Lord is going to require their lives because they it says so is he that layeth up treasure for himself and not rich toward the Most High. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Okay. So, and that's dealing with, you know, the life is more than meat. All right. And the body is more than raiment. So what's your life? Your life is mainly to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay. And you don't need the most expensive food. You don't need the most expensive clothes. All right. You don't have to live the most comfortable to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay. That's why it says, take no not thought for your life, what you shall eat, neither for the body, what you shall put on. Because that's really how you lose track, man. You know, a lot of these people make it about the money. Money. Right? And what the scriptures say? Let's get it. 1 Timothy 6:6. But godliness with contempt is great gain. Godliness, all right, doing the will of the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah to the best of your ability. With content, all right, being thankful, okay, being satisfied with what you have is great gain. That's great gain, okay, because you're doing the will of the Lord. All right, you're gaining what you're getting. You're gaining it through doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, trusting Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And you know, people, and there's certain people that move from the city. They might move to the woods. You know, some people move from the city. They move away, move into the woods. All right, and they live in their homes. All right, maybe it's a 1-bedroom, fireplace. All right, they go out and they cut wood for the fire with the axe. They hunt their own food. All right, they stay warm. They might have service they can watch TV, and they live content. They go to work, you know, and they live content, and they don't need the lavish lifestyle. All right, because all vain. It says, in having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. It says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Yeah, it's hurtful, right? Because first of all, you're hurting yourself, hurting your body, and ultimately you're going to be judged. All right, because your body is a temple. You know, when you get all that money, you start to lose your boundaries. You know, a lot of lines start to get crossed because of temptation, which drown men in destruction and perdition. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Yeah, because the things you do for money, the things you do to acquire money, how low you stoop. It's a quote. It's a quote on if Reservoir Vikings, the original one, Ragnar was sitting on the mountains with his son, beyond Ironside, and he asked beyond what he see when he see all the men. What he said to his son, "What do you see?" And his son said, "Power." And Ragnar said, "Power is for those who are willing to stoop low enough to pick it up." You know, so in this world, what do they teach you? Money, power, respect. All right. So if you want to get money, especially if you want to get it through the so-called white man Esau, you're gonna have to stoop low to do low things to get it. You know, on a short scale, on a low scale, you know, they'll ask you to cut your beard off. They actually get a lineup. They actually put on a suit and a tie. All right. They actually speak proper. They ask you to go to their schools and get their degrees. All right. And when you get to a certain level, especially when you're dealing with entertainment realm, you know, there's all sorts of perverted behaviors that they want you to indulge in order to gain whatever it is you think that you want, or whatever it is that you lust after, according to the scriptures. It says, and pierce themselves through with many sorrows. Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. Wisdom is a defense. Okay? Wisdom is a defense. All right? Because to know, let's see. It says a protective shade. Wisdom, when you have wisdom, you know something. All right? And knowing is half the battle. All right? For wisdom is a defense. It says, and money is a defense. Right? So if you have money, you could take care of certain things. All right? Now, if you have a couple of dollars saved up, that's good. You call that emergency money. Okay? It says, but the excellency, the advantage of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to know. It says, wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Wisdom giveth life to them that have it, not money. Okay? That's why people get money, and by the time they get it, what the things they've done for it, they can't live with themselves. Try to commit suicide, go through depression, become addicts. All right? Because they've made poor choices in life, thinking they could find life through money. Ecclesiastes 7:12, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. And the ultimate wisdom, that knowledge, is going into the knowledge of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. Okay? Unite the nationality. Who's the Bible written for? All right, it's written for the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The one that's on the bottom. All right, the ones that not have to, but the ones that have to really grind hard. All right, get a steady job to just try to get by. You know, it's a lot of our people that don't want to go through oppression, that fall into the temptation of selling their souls for money. And when they die a horrible death, a lot of people would wonder why this happened, why that happened. Well, that's ultimately judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Okay, and this goes to show from the earthquake that God died leaving $2 million behind. Okay, he must have died upset. You know, he must have just been thinking about that money as he was dying, honestly. Because here it is, you got all this money, but now all you want to do is live. The Lord took his ass out. And this is, and that's an example, man. And when we look back at the video, it looked like US dollars. You know? Federal Reserve notes. This marker say on this, but I'm gonna end it here. I want to say all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Bashim Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, the bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations, talking out there pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty. All right, and the rest of the hopeful elect that's enduring till the end. Shalom.